The man simply shook hands with the President of the United States. Yet the President's smile instantly froze. Before the man could make his next move, a sniper in the distance had already taken aim at him, but the President's security detail reacted even faster. They immediately pinned him to the ground. To keep the bystanders from noticing anything unusual, they quickly pulled off his jacket and covered his head, then escorted him through a private VIP passage and took him to an interrogation room disguised as a kitchen. By then there was no turning back for Michael. Even if he regretted it now, it was far too late. Not long afterward, the head of security rushed to the scene. Instead of interrogating the man who had confronted the president, he first focused on containing the incident and preventing a public outcry.
Check around. Confiscate cameras if you need to. Put out a statement before rumors get started.
After everything had been taken care of, he ordered all the security personnel to wait outside, insisting on speaking with Michael alone. One of his subordinates questioned the decision, but he firmly dismissed the concern without any explanation. Once the room had been cleared, the chief dropped the act. He demanded that Michael reveal who was behind everything. Michael arrogantly mocked him for not being high enough in rank, saying he wasn't worthy of speaking with him. He insisted on speaking directly to the president. His arrogant refusal to cooperate slowly pushed the normally composed chief to the edge. He slowly took off his suit jacket and stepped toward Michael with a cold, menacing expression. Even with his life on the line, Michael refused to give in. The chief's expression grew even more terrifying. Just as he was about to pull the trigger, the president suddenly appeared and ordered him to stop. The chief couldn't understand why, but he had no choice but to put away his gun, still trying to explain the seriousness of the situation.
Madam President. Right? Have a word? It wouldn't be prudent for me to leave you alone with
My
Mr.
men
Schofield.
are right outside this door. I have a right to privacy.
Your rights aren't my first concern.
Do I need to remind you who you are talking to? Step outside and close the door behind you.
After watching the chief leave, President Caroline completely changed her attitude. She walked over to Michael herself and began negotiating with him in a calm tone. It turned out that seemingly ordinary handshake had been part of Michael's carefully planned scheme. He had secretly slipped Caroline a small note. The moment she read it, she was visibly shaken. Michael possessed a recording, exposing her involvement in framing an innocent man.
It was recorded sometime after his death. And this particular conversation, you might want to keep in the family.
If that recording were ever made public, her political career would be over. That was why Caroline was so wary of Michael. To be absolutely certain, she made one request. She wanted to hear the recording herself. Michael told her to call his brother Lincoln. On the other end of the line, Lincoln played the recording exactly as Michael had instructed.
It's awful, I know. We talked about this, Terrence. You knew that you would be lonely, but it's only temporary. His appeals process has started already. This is gonna fly by quicker than your 20s. And soon the world will forget all about him. And they'll forget about you too, I promise.
But it's killing me, not being able to see you. Sweet Caroline.
I want to see you too, but that can't happen right now.
The familiar conversation immediately brought back memories of Caroline's late brother. Before her emotions got the better of her, she abruptly ended the call, forcing herself to regain her composure. Then she sat beside Michael and began the real negotiation. Confident in the leverage he held, Michael immediately presented Caroline with 3 demands.
Uncuff me. Second, I want you to arrange for me to walk away from here alone. No surveillance.
Okay.
And finally, I want a presidential pardon for me and my brother, fully exonerating us of all our crimes. And I want it today.
Although Caroline found them difficult, she agreed to every one of them. What she didn't expect was that Michael had one more condition.
Now I want you to go out there in front of everyone and announce our full pardon on live TV.
What? You're insane.
The moment she heard it, Caroline could no longer remain calm. It wasn't the authority to pardon 2 fugitives that concerned her. It was publicly pardoning 2 of the nation's most wanted fugitives on live television. That would undoubtedly trigger even more public criticism. But that was exactly the outcome Michael wanted. Once broadcast live, it could never be taken back. It carried far more weight than any written document, leaving the company no opportunity to interfere. At that moment, all the pressure rested on Caroline's shoulders.
Caroline, it's time. Make your choice.
Under Michael's relentless pressure, Caroline had no choice but to make a decision. She walked out of the interrogation room and publicly ordered Michael's release, confirming that the pardon would be announced live on television.
I am going to make an announcement pardoning Mr. Schofield and his brother, and he will walk away unharmed.
Are you out of your mind?
He has brought some indisputable evidence to light.
Bill, the company's insider within the president's inner circle, could never accept such an outcome. For now, all he could do was watch Michael slip away once again, determined to minimize the damage. Before Caroline went on the air, Bill met with the company's mysterious general. After hearing Bill's report, the general said nothing. He simply pulled out a confidential file, as though he had prepared a backup plan long ago. Meanwhile, after making sure no one was following him, Michael finally relaxed. He returned to the safe house where Lincoln was hiding, and told Lincoln that the president was about to pardon them. When Lincoln realized they would soon no longer have to live on the run, he immediately wanted to celebrate.
One more time, bro. We did it?
It's done.
We're done.
Moments later, Michael turned on the television, wanting to witness the historic moment himself. But after Caroline stepped up to the podium, she did not grant them the promised pardon. Instead, she announced something that stunned everyone, wiping out the brothers' comeback in a single moment.